everybody. My name is Shalane. So when you pick your first big race, you put a lot of thought and planning into it. And my first marathon I knew was going to be perfect because it was in my hometown. My friends and family were going to come and cheer me on. I was going to be victorious across the finish line. It was for breast cancer research. Everything was pink. You run on the beach. It was going to be great. But the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. And my awry was in this general area. So I didn't run my first marathon that day, but I did walk my way to a fairly okay half marathon finish. And so immediately I thought, well, that went well. Why don't I try again in, 90 days? So I signed up for another marathon, a beautiful point-to-point along the Maine coast with ocean views. And it's going to be in Maine, it's going to be great. So Mother's Day weekend comes, race morning, there's bright, beautiful sunshine, there's a high of about 80 degrees, and not a cloud anywhere in the sky. Not one cloud. So all right, we put the sunscreen on, and I put so much sunscreen on. Obviously I need it, but I feel slicker than an eel in an oil spill. I have so much sunscreen on, my husband can't even take a picture because I'm just flash and reflection. So the race starts, bright sunshine. I said, okay, well, I walked the last time. I've been walking my training runs, so there's a 6.5-hour course limit. I should be able to walk this, and it'll be great. So I'm going along, and I meet this older gentleman, and we start talking on our walking breaks about how he's got no cartilage left in his knee, and so he decided to put one more race on it before it gets replaced tomorrow. So you meet that guy on the course, and you have two thoughts that run through your head. The first is, wow, this is amazing and inspiring, and I hope that someday I can be that guy. And the second thought that runs through your head is, this guy cannot beat me. I cannot be beaten by a man with no knee. So I keep going, I hit the halfway mark, I put my music in, and now I'm dancing on my walking breaks, which are, longer than my running breaks at this point in time. And I pass a girl who's talking on the cell phone, and I think that's amazing, because now I know that I'm not last. There is definitely somebody behind me, I'm dancing, I'm walking, and then a car goes by, and she waves out the window and says, keep going, you're doing great. It's like, weren't you just, what happened? Okay, well, now I don't know where I am, because this race is all of 706 people. I can tell you the exact number of people in this race. But I'm going, it's beautiful, and you get to the point on a hot day like that, when you're all greased up, that you start to feel like a Thanksgiving turkey. And not one of the nice Martha Stewart turkeys, but one with a broken leg because you didn't fit in the pan. I'm hobbling around. My running breaks are now maybe 20 seconds every mile, but I keep going. And you get to the finish line, and one of the greatest things about finishing last in a race is that everybody is really happy to see you because they're packing up and they're ready to go home. But you run victorious over that line, and the announcer said something that I'll never forget. He said, everybody wins their own race. And it was so beautiful and meaningful, and I started crying, and my husband was there with roses, and I've got my finisher's jacket, and you see the guy with no knee, and you see the girl that got a ride. I feel like Dorothy at the end of the movie. You were there, and you were there. And so I get my medal, and I'm on my husband's arm, and we're hobbling together to the free, thank God, post-race showers, and I started crying all over again because the showers are downstairs. Why would anybody do that to me? But thank my lucky stars, there was an elevator. And there were three things that saved me on the back half of that race, that very painful, long, sunny, hot race. It was Andy Grammer, Megan Trainor, and that blessed bowl of melted ice water that some God-sended angel put at mile 17 in the middle of the road. Never been so happy in my life. So that moment ranks right up there, that bowl of ice water and my wedding day. It's really, Thank you so much, everyone.